Chapter 19. Barstow Shadows. The freight train wheezed and screeched to a stop, coughing up dust and misery into the Barstow morning. The Harvey House train station stood forlorn. Peeling paint, sagging eaves, the whole structure looking like it had been left out in the sun too long. A cracked sign, Barstow, leaned against the facade like a drunk too proud to fall. Cody Steele and PJ jumped down from the boxcar. Their boots crunched on the gravel, the sound loud against the dead silence of the desert. Cody, in his dusty Roy Orbison sunglasses and carrying his beat-up guitar case, looked like an outlaw in a country song nobody wanted to hear. PJ, always the hustler, adjusted his fedora with the air of someone who thought hats still meant something. PJ kicked a rock that skittered off into nothing. "Well, partner," he said, taking in the wasteland around them. "Welcome to the edge of the world. Population, us." Cody smirked. Was hoping for palm trees and a pool, maybe next stop. They headed off the platform, the ground turning from gravel to hard-packed dirt. Ahead lay a few sad buildings. Gas station boarded up tighter than a tomb, a convenience store with an open sign that flickered like it was powered by prayer, and a diner that had probably served its last good cup of coffee before disco died. PJ jerked his thumb at the convenience store. "Let's grab supplies, then we figure out the rest." Cody nodded, his eyes fixed on the endless road ahead. After a few steps, he broke the silence. "You ever been to L.A.?" PJ gave a short laugh. "A million years ago. Played jazz joints on Central Avenue. Man, those were the nights. Smoke so thick you'd choke on it, bourbon flowing like water, and a saxophone that could break your heart." "Sounds better than what's waiting for me there," Cody said, shifting the guitar case on his shoulder. PJ slowed, looking him over. "We all carry ghosts, man. You got music, though. Don't let it go." Cody stopped walking and turned, meeting PJ's gaze. "Music ain't fixing the kind of mess I'm in." PJ placed a hand on his shoulder, his tone softening. "Maybe not, but it might help you survive it." They stood there for a beat, the desert wind brushing against them. Then Cody nodded. He walked on, his steps slower, heavier, toward the flickering open sign. The air conditioning inside hit them like a revelation. The teenager at the counter barely looked up from his magazine. Cody leaned on the counter and ordered 2 turkey clubs with extra pickles. PJ added, "And plenty of mustard," in a voice like he was sharing a conspiracy. A TV mounted in the corner spat static, then a news anchor's voice cut through. Cody's head jerked up at the words, "Breaking news. Authorities in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, have named Cody Steele as a person of interest in connection to a violent incident." Cody froze, his hand gripping the counter like it might keep him upright. On screen, a mugshot, his from another life, flickered into view, the past dragging itself into the present. Believed to be traveling west and possibly in California. Steele, a local musician, may be heading to Los Angeles, where sources claim he has an estranged daughter. The words hung in the air like a death sentence. PJ stood stone still, his eyes darting between the TV and Cody, who looked like he might bolt or collapse. The teenager plopped their sandwiches on the counter, blissfully unaware. Cody grabbed the bag, shoved cash into the kid's hand, and walked out without a word. PJ stayed a moment longer, staring at the screen as it switched to a weather report, then followed. Behind the store, Cody leaned against a sun-baked brick wall. His shoulders slumped, the weight of something crushing him from the inside out. PJ found him there, the tension still thick between them. "You're in deep," PJ said, breaking the silence. Cody didn't look up. "Went for pills one night," he said, voice barely audible. "Went bad. 2 people didn't walk away." PJ let the confession settle like dust. "Ain't here to judge," he said finally. "I've been in shit too." The distant rumble of a police cruiser broke the stillness. Cody straightened instinctively. A cop rolled up, window down, eyes sharp. "You boys need help?" the officer asked, his voice cautious. "No, sir," PJ answered smoothly. "Just grabbing lunch." The cop's gaze lingered on Cody's guitar case, his hand hovering near the radio. Then with a nod, he rolled forward, taillights disappearing into the heat waves. Cody exhaled, long and slow. "I gotta get to L.A. Well, hell, PJ said, adjusting his fedora, a sly grin spreading. Let's get moving. They walked toward the tracks, their figures small against the desert's vast expanse. Somewhere in the distance, a train's whistle called, a promise of escape, or maybe a warning.